So let me tell you the power of telling your story. And this is my own story. This is my coming to America story. Came to America from Nigeria. And typically, if you come to the United States, you have two options as far as identity is concerned. You are either a minority or you are either an immigrant. I just chose not to identify by those labels because they didn't resonate with me. I was at the Atlanta International Airport, and it's very standard going through custom and immigration. You have categories, so you're a citizen, you're a permanent resident, or you're a visitor. At that particular point, I was a visitor, but I chose to really define myself something completely different. And I said, I am an international entrepreneur. As you would expect, there were triggers that went off. I was put for secondary and tertiary screening. I was pressed so hard to really explain what I really meant. I said, hey, I'm coming to this environment to create businesses and to create entrepreneurial opportunities. And that is the identity that best resonates. Well, after a series of questions, I was told your story checks out. We rather want you to become a permanent resident, and this is how you go about accomplishing that. So I chose to define myself as an international entrepreneur. About that same time, there's a woman in the United Kingdom published at the Guardian newspaper. She said something quite thought-provoking. I will use the word inspiring. She said, how come white people go overseas and they're experts, but the rest of us go overseas and are immigrants when we have the same skill sets? Well, I might not be an expert, but I'm an entrepreneur and have opportunities to create. I chose to define myself as an international entrepreneur. So that is my message in this book. Once you take on the ownership and responsibility of telling your story and defining your identity, you break all borders. And the greatest barrier or border to break is not financial, is not cultural, is not intellectual, is your own self-perception. And once you do that, you tell a powerful story and you create all the opportunities you want to create in the world.